Hi everyone and welcome to this video. So this time we are in Indonesia. Last year in June with my friend we decided to visit Indonesia, mainly Komodo Island as well as Lombok Island, which is south of Bali. So in this video you will hear about our trip, a recommendation, what we have done, and of course hopefully that's gonna give you some idea about what you could do in your trip. One of the highlights of the trip is definitely the Mount Rinjani, which is Lombok's active volcano. Mount Rinjani is 3,726 meters high, and it gives you different options to get there, which is great if you have people that has different physical capability. So you will have multiple routes and you could decide which one you want to go, and you could also decide to only go to the rim of the volcano. To be honest, it was a crazy experience because it is already quite challenging to get to the top, and we made it even worse by deciding to do it in one day. Most of excursion would be 2 days, 1 night. You would climb to the rim in day 1, sleep there, and then wake up middle of the night and go to the summit. We thought that, well, it would be really crowded in the morning as all the group would go in the same time. So let's just make it in a day so that we don't need to wake up the next day, middle of the night, and we would enjoy like a sunset by yourself pretty much. Oh man, that was like incredibly tough. More than like 12 hours hiking pretty much non-stop. We just had a really small lunch break in the middle once we got to the rim, but what a view. Like we were the only one at the top above the cloud enjoying like incredible sunset. Only downside is that we had to be quick to arrive before sunset because we'll have to go down by night too. So yeah, the last meter were really hard and we were kind of pressed by the time, because if you get there once it's dark, then definitely you cannot get any good picture. So that was the challenge. But we got there on time.
Encore 250 mètres. 100 mètres. Yes.
Didn't have much extra time to, let's say, take lots of picture or anything like that, but at least we were able to get the sunset nicely. Once this was done, then we had to go down by night using headlamp. Our tent were set up at the rim of the volcano. So we went down. It took us like around 2 hours to 1 hour and a half to go down, slept there, and the next day we could enjoy a really nice sunrise by the rim of the volcano. The food were prepared by the Green Rinjani team that was really well prepared. And the only, let's say, negative side of this trip is how dirty is the rim of the volcano. To be honest, I couldn't really believe my eyes and still cannot understand how people could act this way. But we did it, and that's the most important. So right after the hike, we decided to relax for a bit, enjoy the pool, and just by the foot of the Mount Rinjani, you would find the Gile waterfall. That's a quite impressive waterfall that is around lots of greeneries. The waterfall is quite accessible, but still you will have lots of water around you. You will have to cross some river, and obviously if you want to get closer to the waterfall, definitely you will be wet. So better to come with your swimsuits, and then based on how close you want to go, you might get wet. In terms of accommodation, you will find pretty much everything. So you will have some luxurious villa with a really nice view, or you can have some cheaper accommodation. To move around, you would find some taxi next to Kuta, but also what we did in that case when we had maybe 2.5, 3 hours of drive, we just booked a shuttle to take us from one place to the other. If you are into photography, I would recommend to take a small tripod probably and some filters, so that way you could create some really nice landscape composition with the water flow, since those waterfalls are really strong. And before we knew it, it was already time to go. We spent a couple of hours in those waterfalls, enjoying the greenery, the silence of the jungle, and the monkeys. Now we were on to our new adventure, which was going to Komodo Island. All in all, that would be a 3-day journey from Lombok to Komodo Island. But in the middle, we always had like activities, and we were jumping on, jumping off of the boat to few different islands. So that was quite entertaining. The boat was really basic, but the atmosphere was quite fun. We had our own room, like this one that you can see. On the way, there was an area where you can see a lot of whale shark. To be honest, the experience wasn't as what I expected, because they were feeding the whale shark. So yeah, I'm not really supportive of this kind of activity, but this time I got caught by surprise because I didn't know about that. Komodo National Park. So from the beginning, from the moment we stepped out on the boat, we saw some Komodos on the beach. That's quite an impressive animal. They are everywhere on the island, and they are on 5 different islands. I really enjoyed learning from the ranger, but I would go back again to spend more time, because 2-3 hours way too short for some really nice picture. So that's gonna be for next time. One animal that I really didn't expect to see here was the deer. When we arrived from the boat, they were already in the water, so I ran with my camera to take as much picture as possible. I didn't expect to see a deer in the water. And the last island to visit, Padar Island in the Komodo National Park as well. So we hiked up the mountain to take some really nice sunset panorama picture, and that also means the end of our trip. I hope you enjoyed that video that gave you some nice idea of what to do if you are in the region of Lombok in Indonesia. And feel free to write any comment, contact me if you have any question, I'll be happy to help. Thank you.